Are the Celtics the team to beat? Celtics, they're the best team in the league by far. They're 48-13. Yes, they lost. They lost to the Cavs the other day. They gave up a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. Dean Wade goes crazy in the fourth. He goes crazy. I'm not taking away from that one game because they was just on an 11-game winning streak. They was literally just on an 11-game winning streak. And sometimes you're going to lose games like that. Yes, there are games you're supposed to win, but then you lose. It happens. That's just not in basketball. That's in every sport. It happens. But the Celtics, they have probably the most talented lineup in the league, probably the most talented starting five in the league. You have Jason Tatum, and I know people go say Jason Tatum isn't this guy. He isn't who I thought he was. Look, I'm gonna be the first one to say I love Jason Tatum. He's not better than Luka. He's not this top 5 player in the NBA. He's not top 5, but he's damn near in the top 7, top 8. He's definitely in there. He's in the top 10 player in the league. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't think so, I think you're just trolling. If we're being honest, I truly think you're just trolling. Yes, his points has gone down, but that's because he got all these new players on his team that are giving him extra scoring punch. Jaylen Brown, yes, his points per game has gone down too. But you add Porzingis. When the Porzingis got traded to the Celtics, I said, this is what they needed. This is exactly what they needed. Because Robert Williams, yes, he was giving you good defense, but his offense wasn't really that good. Al Horford is still pretty consistent at what he does. He's basically just really a spot-up shooter. He's going to give you rebounds, and that's perfectly fine. But Al Horford, you don't want Al Horford out here playing 30-something minutes per game. Like, you want to save him when the playoffs come because he's so effective in the playoffs. I've seen him shut down Joel Embiid. Surprisingly, I've seen that. But you want to save Al Horford for the playoffs. Porzingis, he's going to spread the floor because of his shooting. He's one of the best rim protectors in the league. He's going to give you 20 points per game. He's probably one of the most athletic bigs in the game. And he's basically a combination of Al Horford and Robert Williams. He's the best of both worlds. He is the best of both worlds. And I was like, man, I'm glad they got him. Derek White is probably the best. It's probably the best defensive guard in the game, man. This dude, he be locking some people up. I ain't gonna lie. He be locking some people up. Man, I be seeing this man get some blocks. I be like, man, he's a guard at doing this, man. This dude is really good, bro. He's really good. He's gonna shoot the three. He's gonna facilitate to an extent, even though everybody facilitates by committee, he's gonna facilitate. But Derek White has been such a man. He's been so good. People thought he was gonna be an all-star this year. I saw Reggie Miller say he got to be an all-star. I was like, I don't know about that, but Derek White has been really good. He's been good. Drew Holiday, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think they were gonna get Drew Holiday. I didn't think the Celtics would trade for him. But Drew Holiday has been so good on the defensive end. And I see some people say, oh, his offense has declined, because it was last year he wasn't giving them the offense. And I was like, in my head, I said, yes, his offense declined. That's fine last year. But this year, you're not asking Drew Holiday to go out there and give you 18 points per game. He doesn't have to. Look who he has on his team. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. So he doesn't have to go out and get 18. Yes, he's going to probably get 18 here and there. But he don't have to. He only averages 12 points per game. He only averages 12 points. And that's perfectly fine for him. I don't need him to go out here and get buckets. I got 2 other people. I got 2 all-stars. Damn near 3 all-stars to go get me buckets. They got 3 people averaging 20 points per game. They got the best defense and a top 5 offense. They score 121 points per game. That's third in the league. And they give up the 4th points per game on the defensive end at 109. So you got top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. That is crazy good. They have been so dominant all year. Celtics have been so dominant all year. The one thing that I saw, I heard it, but I had to look for it myself. They attempt the most 3-pointers per game. They do shoot a lot. They do shoot a lot of threes per game. They shoot 42 threes per game. And is that going to hurt them when they go in the playoffs? I'm going to say this now. I think they cruise in the East. Whoever they face, I think they cruise. I'm not saying they go sweep everybody. I ain't saying all that. But they do beat. If they gotta face Miami again, they beating them. If they gotta face Milwaukee again, like they did a couple years ago, they beating them. They beating everybody because they're that good. The Celtics are that good. But is them being 3-point happy gonna hurt them in the playoffs? Because there have been games when they don't hit their threes. They kind of don't. It's like what are we gonna do next? I think that's what's gonna be their problem. But besides that, they have everything. You got the scoring, you got the defense, you got the rim protection, you got the shooting. They do it all. They do it all. And the thing with Jason Tatum, he is an MVP candidate because his team is so good. But we can't hinder like his MVP status just because his team is just so good. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. His team is stacked. It's not like he was a free agent that he went to go join this team. No. Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge before Brad Stevens, they just drafted these players and signed these players. That's not his fault. He shouldn't be hindered on his MVP status just because his team is just so good. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to say he should be top 5 because, like I said, you got Shea, Jokic, Luka, and you can say Giannis. Those players are probably just better than him. Maybe not the Shea one, but the other 3, I think they're better. And that's perfectly fine. But I don't want people to just hinder his MVP status just because of that. But besides all that, the Celtics are amazing. I have them winning this year because they're that good. They're just that good, man. And I don't think nobody's stopping them. The only team I think that can really stop them is the team they're going to probably face in the finals, which is the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, I think they was first, but then they kind of like they stayed in the top 3 range, but they never got to 1-2. As long as you got Jokic, man, they got a chance. Jokic he's been amazing. And you can't stop the dribble handoff with him and Jamal Murray. You can't stop the alley-oops and the slashing from him and Aaron Gordon, man. They connection together is like this. I think that is really the only team I don't see. If they got to face, say, the Suns, I think they could beat the Suns. If they got to face the Clippers, I think they could beat the Clippers. If they got to face, say, Thunder and Timberwolves, I think they could beat them. I think they can really beat them. So really the only team that I think they're going to have a problem with this entire playoffs is the Nuggets, and I see them beating the Nuggets. I think it's going to be a hard-fought series. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. But if I had to put my money, I'm going to put it on the Nuggets. I'm putting it on the Celtics because I just believe I like Jason Tatum. I just like that team and that whole entire team. They got everything you need, man.